Hello and a very warm welcome to this video. Now this is a very highly requested video because we're going to be comparing not just QuickBooks Online but Sage as well, and we're going to be looking at Sage Accounting Star, which is one of the lowest tiers of their bookkeeping FMS solution that they have. All cloud-based, so that's what we like, and we're going to compare it to QuickBooks Simple Start. So realistically, we're comparing apples with apples here, but we're going to see which one of the two solutions out there would offer you a better opportunity as the end user. That's what this video is all about. So let's strap in, let's get straight into this one. This could be quite a long video. Let's get straight into it, figure out exactly what is on offer. Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here in Boffix, and also your digital disruptor of the year for 2024. Yes, an award winner. And finally, your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning for Ask the Accountant. Now, in today's video, so from a price point of view, Sage Accounting Start is £15 per month with VAT on top. Varies tiers all the time, whereas QuickBooks Simple Start is £14 per month with VAT on top of that also. So very similarly priced. I think for £1 you're not really going to quibble over which is worth more or worth less, but let's figure out exactly what you get with each one. Straight in front of me is the opening dashboard. So on the left hand side is QuickBooks, on the right hand side is Sage. You'll see straight away with what we've got here is that there is actually more customization options on the left hand side. I think they're both giving us a lot of information, which is good to see, but I do get to customize to my heart's content what I want on the QuickBooks dashboard. And on the right hand side, I don't seem to have that opportunity to customize from here. So you've got to be very happy with what's on the right hand side, whereas on the left hand side, on the QuickBooks side, you're going to have the opportunity to add and remove widgets, and there'll be more coming down the line as well. So definitely something to look out for. All right, let's look at creating an invoice because that's very important in both solutions. So on the left hand side, I can use the new button, go to an invoice. Gets me straight there. I like to see that. On the right hand side on my Sage one, I'm going to jump into Sage, or I could use the create button and I can go sales invoice from there. So either go into sales, go to create, go through from there. Now on the left hand side, I would say it's very busy. I'm used to it, but there are a lot of things happening here. There's the opportunity to accept card payments, direct debits. I can select terms. I can look at invoices, reminders. I can put product and services in here, messages on the invoice, message on the statement, attachments. Now, full disclosure, this on the left-hand side for QuickBooks, this is pre them having their brand new version that they're bringing out of their invoice. If you look at my sole trader videos, there's a much better invoice UI on its way. Currently though, this is what it is, but it's very simple. Add a new customer, let's say Bob. I can add as much or a little information as I want from here. And then I say what my product and services are going to be. Now I like product and services because then I can set default. So let's say that I have a £100 sale or £100 item. I set it to be £100, and then I also can state where it is. And if I add VAT on it, I'd be able to incorporate VAT as well. I can state where it's going to go, press save and close. It means next time I select my product and service, I can bring that £100 item, rates there. I just change the rates and I'm going through from there. On here, do exactly the same. So I'm going to add Bob again. Bob will be there. But I don't get to dictate products and services, which I'm really confused about. I think this is one of those things where I think products and services are divisive. Some people love them, some people hate them. For me, what I like about products and services, it's a set and forget mentality. If I set an item that's going to sell for £100, I just need to change quantity, especially if there's VAT involved, I can set the VAT as well. Then I don't have to worry about it. In this one, every time I come in, I've got to state what the item is. And again, £100 item, and then I've got to figure out a category, and then I've got to put at least second times, right? No. So how would I? Because with QuickBooks, if I wanted to do a calculation, for example, 100 times 3, I do 100, I do times by 3. So I put the calculation directly in the box, press tab, does it for me. Here, if I want to do 100 times 3, I've got to, well, figure out myself, get a calculator out, or whatever it's going to be. So, yeah, I'm not sure I like that. And I also think, even though the left-hand side's the old view for the invoice on QuickBooks, I think it still looks better than the current view in Sage. You can preview both, though. So let's preview, see what these look like. Maybe I have to include a main address, right? Now, on this side, I can edit any of these elements of it. So it looks very, very basic now, but I can go in and I can do customize. I can let's edit the style. And again, I can go in and make it modern, maybe make a bit of color on it, add a logo if I want to, change my content around. On this one, I can, let's go and find out what I can change. Oh, wrong button. Again, let's customize. Templates and logos, yes. All right, let's change this then. Okay, so I get a choice 2, and I change the logo. So a little bit disappointing in lack of customization options on Sage, but that's your preference really, isn't it, if that's going to be worthwhile or not. All right, let's go through some of the other stuff. Let's look at the expense side of things before we go to the bank. So from expenses, I've got option of bringing in mileage, I've got option of bringing in suppliers, expenses coming to straight from here as well. And then on the, I can create a money out, which is effectively an expense, and I can put that information into there if I need to. Now, one of the things that I do like about QuickBooks, and I've always said is a great little feature, is my receipt capture tools directly in here, meaning I can just upload a document, get that in there. We have receipt capture tool in Sage, but that is an additional cost, and that is additional software called auto entry. Beauty of it is it connects perfectly, as you can imagine. A Sage product and a Sage product are going to talk really, really well together. But that's one thing to remember. I can't just download the Sage app, for example, on here and then start taking photos on my phone, which I can do on QuickBooks, which I find really, really useful. So, different approach at getting expenses in. It's called money out over on the right hand side. We can put the information in there, but really pretty similar, I think. Giving me opportunity to attach and upload files, which we like to see. So really very similar. Now, one bit is very, very different is the banking experience. So on the left hand side, I've got my QuickBooks Bank. On the right hand side, I've already uploaded the data here, just have a play around with it. I wasn't completely new to what was going to be shown here, but I must admit the upload feature in Sage is absolutely brilliant. So if I want to get more data in, press the import button. Literally, I just select the file, press review, and it does the clever bit for me. It's going to look at that file, find the transactions, and it's automatically going to put in what it believes it's going to be. I love that. Absolutely love that. Wish more people would look at it from there. Is that telling me here that 10 out of 20 might already be in Sage because there's duplicates because I've already uploaded this once. But the fact that it's already been able to do that, I literally press confirm import. Couldn't be any happy with that one. On the QuickBooks side, very, very similar, but you do have to do a bit of work pre-hand. Really, you need to get the file set up properly. Once you have got the file set up properly, it's not too terrible. Let me quickly create a bank. But there is a few more clicks, as you can see. We've got to kind of agree a few things, make sure we're happy with stuff, and then finally tick the box, press continue, and that information goes straight in. But this is where it goes very, very different in the approach of actually getting your bank data into QuickBooks or into Sage. The first thing I love about QuickBooks at the moment is their Train QB functionality. So the first time I bring something in, it's going to give me this really funky solution here of getting data in that first time. So it's going to be a great experience for your clients and for the first time users, because it's going to go through, it's going to ask you simple questions, and it's going to cleverly bring that data into QuickBooks. Love that feature. I think we don't shout about it enough as a QuickBooks user, and I think that's a really good one. I'm going to skip it for now because we've seen that in the past. But the approach to how to get data in is very, 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 very similar, different. On the left-hand side of the QuickBooks one, we're using a free tiered approach. So we go from full review to categorized or even excluded. On the right-hand side, on the Sage approach, very similar to the way that Xero. So if you're coming from a Xero background, this is very, very similar. In fairness, Xero kind of stole this off Sage 950 anyway. So it's kind of a chicken and egg sort of scenario going on here. But you have individual transactions and you have to decide what you're going to do with each one. Are you going to match, create, transfer each individual transaction and put them in? Now, I can do a whole select all option, but unfortunately, when I select them, I then can't do anything with them. On the left-hand side, on the QuickBooks, once I select them, I get a lovely money bar, meaning I can batch add a lot of these transactions. And I love batch adding things. I think when you've got lots of data to put in there, being able to batch add things is really important. So on the right-hand side, I'm going to create a new transaction. I'm going to say this 4,900 is sales. That looks good to me. Shopify has been brought in perfectly, like that one. Press create, that's going to create the transaction. On the left-hand side, on the QuickBooks side, say I've got this similar transaction here. I click into it. I make sure I'm happy with the sales. I can put in some customers if I want to. Press, the memo's already been brought in for me. Press add. I'm adding the transaction. So in both situations, I'm adding transactions quite easily, putting the information in from one to the other. It works really well. Both sides, I don't think one side's right and one side's wrong. I just, for me, I like the fact I can batch add over here, which is something I can't add here. On the Sage side, it's very much you have to kind of agree each individual transaction to go through. What I do like about Sage though, and it's something that I know Xero seriously lacking, although they are looking to fix this, is your reconciliation options. So as accountants, we love a good bank reconciliation. So I can go through here, go into the transaction, and I got a reconcile button at the top. I got a reconcile button over here. And for both situations, I can say what my ending balance is going to be. So let's say it's £100,000, and let's say it's £1,000 here. I can say what the date is. So let's put today's date on both of them, just so we're 100% on par. There doesn't seem to be any shortcuts on the Sage side. On the QuickBooks side, if I pay T for today, I get the date come straight through. So nice little win there. On both sides, though, I can then review what transactions are there, tick to say they've done, and then both of me are telling me I've got a different. Love that. If I finish on both sides, I can force through a bank reconciliation. But at least now then on both sides, I'm reconciled through to that date. So if anyone makes any changes or anything that happens, I can go through and I can make sure I'm comfortable with what has been changed. Love that for both of them. Huge missed opportunity, I think, from Xero. The fact that both QuickBooks and Sage have got that. Love it. And I'm hoping that comes in going forward. All right, let's go and have a look at reports. So reports-wise, both solutions have got loads of report options. On the left-hand side, we do have to bear in mind we have our new reporting functionality coming through. So we're in a bit of a flux at the moment. So you click into some reports, you get the old version, you click into some, you get the new. That's a little bit frustrating for people, I get that. Whereas Sage, at the moment, they just have the one. We look at it though, look at our trial balances. Very different approach. This is an older version of the report on the left-hand side. So I have a newer version on the right-hand side. As you can see, you kind of see that information there. Both gives us the opportunity to drill down, which is exactly what we want to do, and gives us the opportunity to go straight to those individual transactions. Love to see it. Let's go and see what our profit and loss looks like on both of them. I don't really get an option to go back on here, which is weird. Let's look at our profit and loss. Standard. Oh, no, let's do profit and loss customizable. That sounds good to me. And profit and loss on here. So the idea of a profit and loss is let's change the date range. Let's do custom date range. Let's do 1st of the 1st, 22, all the way to So on the left-hand side, I can just put all dates from report, job done. and then I can put it by months if I want to. Makes that nice and easy for me. So I see the dates going through. On this on the right hand side, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, not working as I intended to. Just do standard then. Not sure how to actually make the date work on Sage. I'm sure it's very simple, but yeah, struggling at the moment to make that report work. But it definitely shows then that one of the strengths QuickBooks has always had is their reporting side of things, both in terms of ability to be able to customize and bring in all this extra data and just the ease of use of it. I'm sure it's very, very simple, and I'm just being a bit of a numpty, but I'm struggling to actually get the data I want out of Sage at this point in time. Both of them provide free apps. I would say though that Sage has a very good app on here, but QuickBooks definitely beats it in terms of functionality, mileage tracking, receipt capture, all that sort of stuff built directly in. So in front of me is the Sage app. Yeah, works really, really well. From what I can't tell though is how to get into the banking area, which is a surprise that they don't have options to go into the bank, because it doesn't matter. It seems to be where I click into it, I can't get into the bank area. If I do a plus though, I can create sales, purchase, quote, receipt. I don't seem to be getting any mileage tracking on here. I definitely can't take a photo to bring in my receipt capture. So there seems to be less options in this one. When as I go to my QuickBooks app, as you know, I've got all the transactions I can look at. There's actually the sole trader version, so this is even less function than we have in our normal app, but I still have mileage tracking, ability to snap a receipt, bring customers' estimates in, everything like that, and get my customers' estimates done. So at least they both have apps. It's just a little bit frustrating that by the sound of it, or by the looks of it, the Sage app is lacking on some of the features. Apps and connections, though, this is a really big one, I think. I would definitely say that Sage has a much more curated app list. They are very, very particular on who goes in there, and that definitely brings its pluses along with it. Nothing wrong at all with having a nice curated app list that you can go through. But both of them do definitely give the opportunity to add apps there. So what do we think then in terms of comparing the two products? I think for me, it's going to be down to preference, what you prefer to use. From the banking side, they both have a different approach to it. I think it's fair to say that QuickBooks, you have to learn a little bit more of how to get the most out of it. The fact you're using those columns can be a bit confusing from time to time. And I feel like straight away off the bat, the way that the Sage way of doing things is a much simplified way of learning it. I think from an app point of view, definitely QuickBooks has a stronger app. From an ecosystem, QuickBooks has a stronger overall ecosystem, but it's not as curated. So you've got to kind of figure out what's best for you and your fit. I think the invoice is very strange. The fact that there's no customization or very limited customizations at Sage, I think that's a very strange approach. Hopefully something that can be easily fixed in a future update though. But yeah, overall, I think they're very, very similar products for the price point. You both can file your VAT. You can both look at from an accountant's point of view, we both get access, which is great to see. We both can do accounts production directly in the product, which is nice to see. QuickBooks does have working papers and also gives us an opportunity of what's called business review as well. And you get the VAT error checker in there. So I do feel like QuickBooks has got a stronger overall product than Sage at this point in time. So I do feel like QuickBooks has that stronger overall solution at this point in time, but nothing that I don't think Sage will be able to catch up on. The fact that both have reconciliations, a massive big point for me. Loving that. And obviously, if it was between QuickBooks, Sage, or Xero, then QuickBooks and Sage will be over here, and Xero will be way over there as they need to do better. I think the amount of updates that have come into Sage lately is really promising to see. So I think there's definitely a positivity around being in that Sage ecosystem at this point in time. But what do you think? Do you like the fact that you don't have one app to rule them all, that you can't take photos and mileage and everything else? Because for a lot of my clients, the app is the most important tool they use. Or do you like the fact that in the Sage ecosystem, you have a different receipt capture app to your main app, so you can't confuse the two. And is that a better solution? For some people, that probably is. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you want me to go further into the world of Sage versus QuickBooks, or maybe Sage versus Xero. Let me know. Always looking to do more video ideas. So let me know in the comments below what you think's working. But my name's Patrick. Hopefully this video has been good for you to see side by side what they both look like. And hopefully that makes you make an informed decision on your next one. If you want a discounted version of QuickBooks, use my link below to be able to get yourself a QuickBooks link there, so you can get yourself a nice little discounted license. And if you want any more training, tips and tricks on the world of QuickBooks, you're in the right place. So make sure that you subscribe and like. My name's been Patrick. This video has been brilliant to do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to this new series.
Hello and welcome to this video. Hello and welcome to this video. Hello and welcome to this video.
Hello and welcome to this video.
Hello and welcome to this video. Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So current. All right, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, right? Their advisors, their bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.